So, if you haven't catched my other video on the old man theory, go check it out already. Like I said in that video, we will be talking theories today back to back. I just want to get these videos out of the way already because I don't want to bombard you with so much Squid Game videos. Today we do have an American Horror Story Asylum videos, so check that out later when it drops at 3 p.m., which is my regular time. And if you want to know when I drop videos, if you forget what time I drop, go ahead and hit the notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers, so let's get to it. But Squid Game's workers, how are they chosen? So there's a theory out there, and I thought this was something interesting as well. And it makes sense when you really think about it, is how are these workers chosen? So we do know after the whole undercover stint and everything that these workers are very much so average people. They really don't seem to be wanting to be there, and the theory goes that they weren't actually like willingly participating. They were actually chosen just as the players were. So if you remember, when you first get chosen, you actually have to play a game with that mysterious man who we don't know much of. In this game, you choose either a red paper or a blue paper to play with. So the theory goes that once you choose, that's how you get chosen to what you will ultimately be. If you choose blue, you will be a player. If you choose red, you will be a worker. Now, I think what happens here is that you are able to pay off your debt or some form of it if you end up becoming a worker by completing the game and just following directions. I think that that's what happens here. So I think that as you pay off the debt, you move forward in the shapes. As we know, some of the shapes are more like at a lower level than the other shapes, and that's something that we see here as well, is that we have some of the people like at the higher end being a shape such as the triangle, and some other people being the squares, who are more like the managers. The triangles, of course, they actually are more equipped with firearms, and the circles pretty much do all the dirty work. And I think that once you complete a whole game as a shape, you move on to the next, and so on and so forth, until you gain your freedom and your debt is paid for you. That's my theory, of course, on how the shapes probably work and how you move up as a worker, which makes sense, especially considering how this game is. So do we believe that this is how the players and the workers get chosen? Could actually be, but we'll see if that is the case or not. So another thing that we still do have to question is who and how did that black mask man get chosen? As we know, he is the front man, who is the brother of the police officer who was investigating all of this. So I wonder, did he like work his way all the way up as a worker in a previous game or something like that? And we'll find out about it. But it just be interesting because I don't think he was missing for that long. And then by the time we see him again, he is already like the frontman of it all. So I think that those questions are definitely going to be answered come season 2. And I think that we definitely are going to miss a lot of stuff that they're still yet to show. So I don't think they would put out all the cards on the table for everybody to just figure out and not leave surprises come season 2. But for now, that's my thought process through it all. I do agree with the theory that when you choose which color you want and you play with this man, you do pretty much choose whether you're going to become a player or a worker. And as opposed to being a player where you can win a ton more money, I think if you are just a worker, all that happens is the debt that you owe just gets paid off once you complete, I would say, like 3 or 4 rounds of the games. So like not just each like round in one game. Let's say this game Jihan, that's one game, and then they have to do another full game and move on up. So you go from a circle to a square, or a circle, triangle, square, and ultimately get your freedom, maybe like that. That's my thought process on how this all works. Of course, we don't know much yet. Like I said, season 2 definitely is going to bring a lot of interesting questions that we probably want answers for. But what y'all think about my boy from Train to Busan on this? Definitely excited once I saw him here. Train to Busan. If you haven't watched that movie, definitely do. I think it's one of the best zombie movies we've gotten in recent times. So I'm excited to see what comes from the American remake, though I'm a little scared. And like I said in my other Squid Game videos, y'all better be tuned in for that Squid Game American remake that's coming. That should be interesting how they do that, right? If it's going to be Americanized or what. But nonetheless, that's another interesting theory I wanted to talk about. I will be just making, I think, one more or two more videos on Squid Games, which will be the season 2 theories on what I think is going to be happening and how it all plays out, and also my deeper symbolism of what everything means that I hope to have out by Friday. But we'll see if we do. As I said, today is American Horror Story Day. We have a theory video coming out later today by 3 p.m. Central Time. And of course, we have our ending recap for today's episodes, which will be the first episode of Death Valley. So super pumped for that. Anyways, as always, let me know your theories and thoughts down below on the workers. Where do you think that they actually come from? Do you think this theory holds some weight to it, that they come by playing the same game but ultimately choosing the wrong paper color? Or do you think that there is something more to them? I feel like this theory is plausible, but I feel like there is going to be something darker and more twisted on where these workers actually come from, just because I think that they are definitely going to want to keep us on our toes for all of this. And so the reason I feel like a lot of these workers also are in great debt for everything is because of those one group that were using the doctor in order to get organs to make more money. So I feel like they were just like desperate for more money. Considering my thoughts that the workers don't really make money, they just get their debt pay off, and that's pretty much it. So they were looking for more money by doing all of this. That's why I possibly think that could be a reason, because we know that they aren't in this because they want to, and they're obviously not getting paid, I feel. So that could be it, why they were doing this organ harvesting thing. But anyways, as always, let me know your thoughts. Make sure you're subscribed down below. Also, I think I will be making one more theory video on Squid Game before I make the final video on the symbolism as well as season 2. So if you have any other questions or theories you want me to cover, make sure you leave them down below in the comments. Some people have already left some of those in other Squid Game videos, so I'm going to round them up and then just make one more theory video before I make the season 2 theories and the symbolism video by this week. So hopefully by then I covered all of Squid Game, and then next week no more Squid Game videos if y'all are getting tired of them. And I might have a special Squid Game type video coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you turn that notification bell if you haven't already. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We are so close. Let's get to it. And make sure you comment down below your thoughts on these theories. Check out my other theory on the old man, and check out my other Squid Game videos I did as well, and all of the other videos I have done. We have a ton of horror content coming. It is a time to be a horror person because October's here and we're about to get insane with the content. So make sure you're tuned in for that. Anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. Check out the video on the left. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.